Good day, some people all over the world. Today we are bringing another update concerning the insecurity challenges we are facing here in ESA land. I know before now you are all aware that ESA has not been safe, but there's a great difference between about last 2 weeks and this period now. And we wouldn't want our report to be one-sided. We want to make sure everyone is carried along. The reason we are here today to discuss with the Chief Press Secretary to ESA Northeast local government area on the insecurity challenges in ESA Northeast, precisely in UROMI. And normally we give you the best unbiased and make sure you get it the way it is. Your host Sunday Himari for Ego TV, London, UK. Your brother, thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you very much.
We are so happy you are with us today. And I think in the first place, I want to say big welcome because I saw you keep me low. You go to escort.
No.
How come? You don't no escort now?
I feel so secure. I'm coming home with security or what. And moreover, I'm not even entitled to any security personnel or security detail.
Okay,
So that's just
the
it.
main thing is you feel so secure coming in, right?
But I feel so secure in my home place.
Yeah, I want you to first and foremost greet our ESA people all over the world.
Okay, good afternoon to each and every one of us, wherever you are, both in UROMI, outside UROMI, Edo State, Benin, Abuja, Lagos, United Kingdom, anywhere you are, a very big greetings to you all.
This is your name?
My name is Okonofua Osemobor. I'm the Chief Press Secretary to the ESA Northeast Local Government Chairman.
Thank you very much. Yeah, you see, before now, the issue of security in the local government area have been very challenging. It got so bad that at a point, even going out to peace or to ease oneself at night was a problem. Walking on the street was a problem. But right now, I'm sure there is a little difference. What was the feeling of the chairman when the issue was that bad as described by me right now?
Well, not just the only chairman felt bad, everybody felt bad, including myself, because I remember when we were growing up in the streets of UROMI, we all felt safe. We could go to any letter break we want to go to without fear of being kidnapped for ransom. But how it got so bad, it became so worrisome. The chairman was not at peace with it. Traditional rulers were not at peace with it. Those in UROMI, outside UROMI, they were not at peace with it. Personally, for the first time in my lifetime, I became scared of my own hometown. So it was so sad, the incident was so ugly that even wherever we are, what we think of is how safe is those staying in UROMI. Once you open the social media page, the first thing you will see is someone had been kidnapped in the farm. A woman was kidnapped, was being raped. A woman kidnapped, ransom paid. Even as some incidents or at some point in time, it became so unfortunate that those kidnapped, they didn't come back alive. I was also told of a story where a man was kidnapped with the wife and the wife was raped in the presence of the man. That's forbidden in ESA land. So to me, to the local government chairman, it wasn't a cherry news. It wasn't news that we'll go into our own private residence to sleep and be at peace with ourselves. It was a terrible situation at that time. Yes.
Yeah, now my CPS. Now we are seeing a very big differences between what was happening and what is happening now. What has happened? What effort did the council made that made things to happen so fast in a very good way?
Okay, I won't go into much details so as we will not sabotage the process. The process is still ongoing, and we could not sustain the tempo that we are working on right now. I could recall some of the strategic meetings the ESA Northeast local government chairman went into. He went as far as collaborating with different groups, different security agencies, speaking to their conscience on the need why they should include UROMI security special into their own plans. So the process is still on, as I've earlier on said, and we hope to sustain this process. Yes, sir.
Yeah, no doubt we can see a big difference between what was happening and what is happening right now, because people cannot go out again and maybe have a pleasure without being afraid of being kidnapped. Now, we know a lot is being spent to control these security challenges, and we have our vigilantes and other volunteers that desire to join them. Now, if I may ask, is the council enough to shoulder the responsibility? Because I know it takes money to handle all this. Let me hear one or two things, or let the whole world hear about it.
Well, let me give you a quick brief about the vigilante system in UROMI. When Dr. Kelly came on board, he meant a system that has completely become a shadow of itself. And if you recall, the success rate we are recording now, we've not had this in times past because there was some disorder in the system. Some persons took vigilante as a money-making venture. Some persons also took vigilante just to bear that name, I'm a vigilante. They were not really after the service to the people. So it was a complete or a near-zero system that the local government chairman meant. And the need came for us to reorganize the vigilante. Then he had to swing into action, being the chief security officer of the local government. He called for several meetings to know the total number of vigilante we have, their welfare, and every other logistics surrounding the vigilante system. There was some pocket of resistance to all this kind of acts. So that was the reason why you observe that in the neighboring local governments, they were having somehow an improved vigilante system. But Eastern Northeast own was somehow exempted because of some leadership tussles, leadership crisis, and so on and so forth. Until the chairman now took a stand and said, look, the former leader, you can no longer be the head of this group. So there was a need for us to have a change, and that need was effected. We want to appreciate the Edo State governor for swinging into action through the Commissioner for Public Safety and Security, who came, and the issue of vigilante was laid to rest. So I think about 2 months ago, or a month and some days now, a month, probably 10 or 15 days, where we are able to have our own vigilante system reorganized, put in new leadership into place, injected funds into them, give them some moral support, then we could see the results that we are experiencing today. The council may not be able to fund. Security is not just the business of the government alone. It belongs to each and every one of us. I play my part, you play your part. Whatever thing you have to support the vigilante system, you offer. Whatever thing the government have, the government offers. So far so good. The council have been able to manage the vigilante funding for the past 2-3 months or thereabout. But the sustainability is where we are encouraging members of the public to see security as everybody's business, not just the business of the government or the business of the local government chairman. Let everybody make one or two sacrifices to ensure that the vigilantes, they are being funded properly. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think by your message now, I think we are talking to some people, both at home and diaspora, on their need to raise funds morally or whatever to be part of those sustain the vigilante system, right?
Yes. What we are asking for is collaboration. Collaborate with the government. Support the government. It's not a crime if the government says, support us in this. Because the government on its own will not be able to provide all the basic needs of our citizens. That's the basic truth. Everywhere in the world, the government cannot 100% solve the problem of humans. It is collaboration. Collaborate with the government. Collaborate with the government, especially in the area of insecurity, especially in the area of security, so that we're able to curb it once and for all. It's collaboration we ask for.
Yeah, we understand that the vehicles that are used by the vigilantes are all in very bad conditions. And recently, somebody maybe came up to do one or two things to assist the vigilante. How far and how well have you gone with the repairs and all that for now?
Yeah, I think for some days now, the social media went agog when the information came out. But if you go through those who really made one or two contributions, you observe that some of them displayed high level of ignorance. Some deliberately distorted the truth just to score cheap political gains. Some, their intention was to create a storm inside a teacup. So to all this, we are aware of all this. What simply happened was this. You know, when we started this broadcast, we said the local government chairman met a near zero vigilante system. He was sworn in September 4, 2023. When he came on board, security was number one of his priority. Vigilante, like I said, was more or less like a personal property. Somebody just hijacked the process, thinking vigilante is now his own. Then I recall the chairman looking for moving around facilities to ascertain the asset the local government council has. He called this leadership them and said, okay, let me know your own challenges. They said they have some vehicles, and the vehicles were 40. This is September last year. How many of the vehicles? They gave you the numbers. He said, okay, the ones that are bad, push them forward to him. Let him look for funds to get those vehicles refurbished. September passed, October, November. I think November again, he sent a reminder. Where are these vehicles? Then I think about 3 or so went bad. Then they were managing one. Later on, that one they were using packed up, making it the 5 Siennas gone bad. Bring these vehicles, they didn't. January, February, I think March again, when the mobile police requested for a Sienna before they would draft their men to UROMI. He reminded this same set of vigilante, where are these vehicles you people said is bad? Bring them to the council, let him work on them. Nobody responded. Until about 2 weeks ago, that they brought the vehicles down to the secretariat. Now, when the vehicle came, things were no longer the way they used to be. We made a publication on this because when Dr. Kelly came up, he promised of the type of government he came with is transparency. Everybody will see it the way it is. Everybody will see, then we'll sit down together and we'll have one-on-one discussion as to the next step to take. Now, as at September, October, November to March, April, the allocation that comes to the local government was still okay. That we can also say, okay, let's queue some money and attend to the needs of the vigilante. May, when they brought these vehicles, early June, when they brought these vehicles, allocation has gone to 70. Minimum wage has gone to 70,000, and this put pressure on the allocation that comes to the Eastern Northeast local government. So squeezing that force became a little bit difficult. So there was need for us to reach out to Eastern sons and daughters, presenting the case to them. See, this is what we have. We have not been able to have a balance because of an adjustment in the system. Now, on the interim, what are we going to do? There is need for everybody to come home and contribute. Meanwhile, some persons on his own, some groups on their own, have already organized, met with the local government chairman to have a chat, one-on-one chat, on the way forward, because this security became so ugly that people can't go to farm. Amedokan can't go to farm. And you know the importance of Amedokan is to our community. Food security. We need to secure the food for Eastern Northeast local government. Otherwise, we'll face hunger and famine in the nearest months or in the nearest future. So to abate all this, that was some. So this idea, said, okay, let's make a call. Let's call on our sons and daughters. Let's have an estimate as to what will be done to get those vehicles back to life. Then we came up, brought in the mechanic who did the estimate and said the Sienna needs engine, needs tire, needs gearbox, same with the Audi. So we got the estimate and we had about 7.28 million. So we put for the publication first. That's why I said people deliberately decided to distort information just to score cheap political gain. The first information that came out was for us to address the public that this is the current state. This is where we are. Because we must be frank with ourselves. If we can't do it, you can't do it. If you can do it, you can do it. Then the ones you can't do, there is still need for me to tell you, help me, I can't do this. It's a crime. And in fact, for example, where I stay in Benin before now, I pay security monthly. Even in Lagos, the location I stayed in Lagos, I pay security vigilante money monthly, on a monthly basis. Over here, we don't have that. So there was the need for all of us to join our hands together and get these vehicles running. And the vigilante who have swung into action have recorded success. One of the best way for us to, at least to tell them thank you, is for us to aid them with the necessary facilities and the tools to work, just to boost their morale. That was why we made that call. The call was not for council begging for money or so on and so forth. And gladly to God Almighty, who sees the sincerity in the heart of men, see how God worked. Less than 20 minutes of the publication, we have gotten the money from just 2 families. And I believe some would have done more, just that the local government chairman have to quickly make an announcement that since we have gotten the money, let there be a stop to it. Then immediately you saw how he acted. He set up a committee that same Saturday, of which Engineer Kevin Okpevolo and Engineer Lucky Ene, who is the chairman of mechanics in UROMI, to start work immediately. Though we had some hiccups because of the weekends to Monday. Monday is the bank resumes on Monday, so that we can have, government now, bureaucracies, whereby you have to sign paper from one office to another before you pull out a dime from government account. So that was what, if not, we would have had some positive reports on Saturday. But he told the persons in charge, Kevin and Lucky, any little thing you can do after this Saturday, go ahead and do it. On Monday, when the funds will be available, then you can go ahead to complete the rest. So as I'm speaking right now, work is going on. We all know Kevin Okpevolo is trusted. The assignment given to him have always delivered, and he has delivered 100%. So I don't know the duration it's going to take, but I strongly believe in the shortest possible time, those vehicles will be back to life.
Thank you very much, my TPS. Yeah, on a final note now, I wanted to make a kind of an appeal to some people in the diaspora on 2 areas. One, on the need to support the council to ensure we have enough funds to take care of the vigilantes. Then 2, on the need to throw away their fears and come home, because home is now safe. But if you know it's not safe, tell them not to come home, please.
Well, first, let me appreciate our brothers and sisters in the diaspora. Sincerely. Personally, I've received some calls, WhatsApp messages as to what are you guys doing about this security? How do you want us to come in? Some persons have shown interest individually, some have shown interest as a group. So I most appreciate them for supporting Honorable Dr. Kelly Nidegbo to ensure that this insecurity menace becomes a thing of the past. Now, my other message is, please come home. Home is home. You can see no security around. We are laughing, we are smiling. And one thing I do enjoy is nightlife. Gradually, UROMI was having nightlife with that Agonite bar, the bar at Agonite and others. When you go there 11 o'clock, you see the activities going on. That shows the town was developing to cities like Ikeja and others. And that's a sign of growth. When you have been able to work at night, do whatever thing you want to do at night, then you return back home safely. So, for the past weeks, months, we are having, success. The success rate is welcoming, it's encouraging. And whoever wants to come home, please come home without the use of mobile police, soldiers, or anything. Walk freely on the street. UROMI is for all of us. Wow. We are all safe and sound.
Beautiful.
And in the last issue, please don't be tired in your collaboration. Please, whatever thing you have to support the local government chairman. His numbers, you can easily access him. He's accessible, approachable. Call him any time of the day, he will pick your call. If you have any idea, send it to him, he will respond. If there is need for him to invite you over, he do. He does. He has done that several occasions whereby he have invited 1 or 2 persons to share an idea on the proposal they brought to him. If it's something doable, he will gladly embrace it. So please, let's continue to collaborate. And let's be mindful of our utterances. Let us be mindful of our utterances. Yes, we understand this political season. But let's remove security from our political game. Because if we politicize this issue, it becomes an ill wind that blows no one no good. So the idea of trying to politicize this, saying this and that, no. We must see security as an insecurity as an evil to mankind, and we should join our hands together to deal with insecurity, water for all in this land. Thank you, sir.
My pleasure, my CPS. Thank you very much for this inciting interview. And on a final note, you've heard from the Chief Press Secretary to the local government area. He was frank, and he has told the whole world the way the chairman felt when the issue was bad, and how he set up the mechanism to make sure the issue of insecurity was arrested, and the success so far. And I made another statement that one, some people in the diaspora or at home, that there's a need for us to collaborate, to join hands in fighting this insecurity. You see, joining hands is one, you don't need to lie about it. Two, you don't need to politicize it. Then three, bring whatever you can to assist the local government leader to make sure that we get better. And again, he has warned the social media warriors or fraudsters. Please, not everything you just see should just be maybe shared in your handle because you want to get content. No. If you are not sure of what you are going to share, please do leave it that way, because the idea of sharing misinformation can disturb even the fight against insecurity down here. Enough of that. So, on a final note, if you are ASA and you are in the diaspora, feel free to come home, because right now we are here enjoying ourselves without police escort and all that. People are in the town doing same. You see, we should not make the issue of security political. Let us be very frank, because by the time we make it political, the whole effort that will be achieved can end up into nonsense, and we don't want that. So far, so good. And I want to say a big thank you to the Chief Press Secretary for honoring our interview, even at a very short notice. I want to say that at the end of the day, our prayer is that we win all insecurity challenges in this land. Going by the way it is now, we are sure we will win it. And again, on a final note, those families that raise the money to repair those vehicles of our vigilantes, we say, may God bless you, may our land favor you. Wherever you are, may you be favored, because what you've done for us is beyond what we can appreciate right here. It's something that you Sunday, Ahimare in Ego TV, London, UK.